Hey everyone, Zach Z with Z Squared Gaming here. I'm gonna come at you with some of my pickups that I've recently got. Have hit some thrift stores, garage sales. Um, I think that's the main sourcing of where I've gotten all this stuff. I'm actually going to go through the stuff that will be kind of having for resale that I picked up along with some of the stuff that I needed for my own collection. So I went to a garage sale and asked for some games. The guy said that he was going to bring out some Nintendo stuff. Ended up bringing out Sega stuff and then some Atari. I don't collect Atari too much, and I didn't want to spend my money on them at that point. But I did pick up a couple of Genesis games. I try to not to purchase standalone single games without the case and manual, especially for Genesis. For some odd reason, it just kind of bothers me to get loose games. But he had pulled them out, so I thought I'd grab them anyways. I picked up one that I already had, and I actually thought that I needed it, so that's why I bought it. And then I actually did pick up another one. I'll go through all the stuff, like I said, for resale first, and then I'll be going through the stuff that will be adding to my collection. So the Genesis game that I got was I don't even remember what it's actually called, Hard Drivin'. And like I said, it's just the loose disc, or the loose cartridge. So it was a little dirty, I cleaned it up already. So hit a couple of other garage sales. This is all probably the last 3-4 weeks, and thrift stores, like I said. So I'll go through the Xbox stuff that I picked up. So thought I needed black on the original Xbox, but I think I actually needed the manual, if I remember correctly. This one is complete, not worth too much. So I got that. Picked up a Connect Sports, the Ultimate Collection. It's got the first and second seasons. Thinking that will be at some point worth something. Picked that up at a garage sale. I did actually also pick up a sealed Connect Sports. Probably not going to be worth too much in the future, but just never know with sealed stuff. I'll probably keep that for a while, see if that actually goes up in price. So I don't know if you heard in the background, one of my cats just meowed, so you might kind of hear that throughout. Next, Xbox games, some more 360. Actually got some that came with the system, so I think I picked everything up at a garage sale for like 40 bucks, so nothing too crazy. This one was Plants vs. Zombies. Doesn't even have artwork or anything like that, so that one was loose. Have a pretty damaged case with this one. Lego Marvel Superheroes. I think a couple of these are pretty scratched up too. So Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. This has water damage. This was from that same bundle. Looks like it was missing the manual. Looks like I think this one, of course, the sports game Madden 13. So I'm just going through these real quick here. Guitar Hero World Tour, Legends of Rock. I think I might have picked these up at a garage sale for cheap. Can't remember on those. Rise of Nightmares. I actually did pick this up at a garage sale. I had a box of games for $1. Haven't quite played it myself. I'm not too much into horror games. That one is complete. And NCAA Football 12. I was hoping it was 14, but I think this one does hold a little bit of value. Not terrible, but certainly not like the 14. So yeah, I think these last few have been from that same garage sale with them for $1. Dead Rising Platinum Hits version. I think that one was complete. Yeah. Got Split Second. I think that one's got a little bit of value. If you want to look up them, you can certainly do that yourself. I'm not going to be posting any screenshots or anything like that. This one I think I might end up playing pretty soon here. Aliens vs. Predator. I always enjoyed those two franchises, and I always enjoyed that they combined them, type of thing. So I've heard some good things about some of the Alien games, but not quite sure on that one. Avatar the game. And I think that might have actually been from a thrift store. I think $2-3 bucks. The combo pack of Black Ops 1 and 2 for $360. I think this one just had, yeah, that one just actually has the first Black Ops, so I'll have to complete that one before I sell it. And then a couple of Xbox One games. I can't remember where I got this one. It might have been a thrift store. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. This one my dad actually picked up for me at a garage sale. He picked up the Guitar Hero Live along with a couple of guitars. They actually had the dongles, which I was surprised. And so I think he paid $30. And so then I just paid him the $30 that he paid. And so I don't think that one actually came with any kind of manual, Xbox One game. So next system here, PlayStation. So I got a couple of PS1 games. Can't recall where I picked these up. Die Hard Vengeance. I think I actually need the non-greatest hits version on that one. So it's unfortunately that one was greatest hits. And then NASCAR 98. I think that was just a buck or two. So I think that actually has a little bit of value, but nothing too crazy with it being NASCAR. Getting into the PlayStation 2, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. This one I did pick up at a thrift store. I think pretty much all these wrestling ones here in a row I got at a thrift store. I think it was like $3 if I remember correctly. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I think they were all complete if I remember correctly. And it looks like we got 2010. Surprisingly enough, they actually had a Simpsons Hit and Run. This was at a thrift store. That one's complete. So that's nice. Actually still has the plastic sticker on top. Batman Begins, I actually thought I needed this one. I think I might need just the manual, if I remember correctly. But I haven't played that one either. I always enjoyed the Batman movies. So looks like God of War 2 2-disc set. I think both of those discs were in there. Yep, that one was complete. I think that was at the same thrift store. I actually picked up a bunch of the PS2 games here. Pac-Man World 2. I think I needed that in non-greatest hits, but just thought I'd pick them up. They were pretty cheap. And I can't remember where I picked up these PS3 games. This one might have actually been at a thrift store too. Haven't ever played it. Valkyria Chronicles. I apologize if I mispronounced that. And I got a Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and then a Modern Warfare 3. These two PlayStation 4 games I did pick up at a garage sale for $5 each. They were just sitting out kind of towards the mid-morning, kind of 11, 12 o'clock. Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man. I haven't played that game. I've heard good things about that. I'm going to probably play it at some point. Then I did pick up a sealed copy of Infinite Warfare. And so that was the same $5, so that was kind of nice. And then getting into Nintendo. So I went to a garage sale. They actually had some DS games out on the table for 25 cents each, which was very surprising. I ended up needing 2 of them and picked up these other 2. We got Cars 2 and then Mario DS. So I think I actually have a case and manual for the Mario, so that will be nice to complete that. Next one here, this was actually at a thrift store, oddly enough. I think it was a Family Pathways, if I remember correctly. Vegas Dream on the original Nintendo. They also had a Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. It's actually in pretty decent condition. It's got a little bit of cleanup, I think. I know sometimes these kind of get worn out. The gold comes off of the cartridge. So the back is actually a little bit more worn than the front. Sadly enough, I actually don't have the very first Zelda. I think once I got my classic mini, I actually sold off my original Zelda with a bundle that I was selling, and the person wouldn't buy it unless they had a Zelda along with it, the first Zelda. And so I reluctantly gave him the one from my collection to sell that bundle. I just figured I'd get the original one later on anyway, again, type of thing. So next one here, getting into the Wii Sports. Of course, you find those all over the place. Can't remember where exactly I found that one. Super Mario Galaxy. I think that was at a thrift store. I know that the Galaxies actually hold a little bit of value. Country Dance. I think that I picked that up with a one of the gaming mats type of thing at a garage sale. So just came with it. And a couple of Lego Batman games here. I'm sorry, Lego Batman and Lego Star Wars. So I can't remember where I picked these up, but gonna kind of clear these out and get to the games that I needed for my collection. So you guys will be able to see that. And so if you have any questions at all, you can certainly throw them in the video here in the comments section. Brand new to having a YouTube channel, so this is, I think, my second video. So please like and share and comment. Certainly helps, you know, kind of grow the channel and everything. So as you can probably see, I still need to do some work on my logo and my landing page for YouTube. But so yeah, I'll just cut here and then kind of pull some of the other stuff that I got for my collection. So I think it's actually more than what I just went through. So we'll get through that here, and got some pretty decent stuff. So you'll be wanting to check that out. So stick around, and I'll get right to that next part here with the lovely option or lovely working of YouTube and cutting and editing. So see you guys in a little bit here. Alright, so what was a couple of seconds for you, if even that? It was a little bit of time for me to kind of get my other games here that is going into the collection. And as I was kind of sorting them out, putting all the systems together, did realize that I did miss that I had actually picked up a original Nintendo. It's in pretty rough shape, needs a lot of cleaning to do. $10 at a garage sale. This one actually was on a lunch hour. Got actually a lot of cleanup to do. Not even sure if it works. It didn't have any controllers or cords or anything like that, so I'll have to check on that. Might need to clean up the pin connectors too. I know, you know, of course, that usually one of the things that goes out on original Nintendos, and you can either replace them, which I don't like to do. I actually like to clean them, bend the pins back if need be. So can certainly comment down below if you want to see how I do that, and I could maybe do it in a future video. I'm sure you've probably seen it by other people. Easiest way for me to clean them that I've learned from a buddy of mine, as you take it apart, boil the pin connector in water, and then use a donor cart and clean the pins after, of course, making sure that you don't burn yourself with the boiling water. And then after that is when I bend the pins back a little bit further so that it's a tight grab going into the system. Like I said, comment down below if you want to see that happen. I'm sure you could probably see it, but maybe no one's done it for quite a while. I know a lot of people will actually just buy new ones. I don't actually like to do that. It's usually very hard to pull the games out if you use one of those newer ones, because they don't, of course, have the correct kind of angle or depth or whatever, and so it's usually pretty hard, and so they probably figured to have it be too tight than too loose type of thing. So alright, going into the games here, I'll start with PlayStation, just because it's right next to me here. Picked up a loose copy of FIFA Street 2. I was hoping to get that complete, but a loose one will work right now as it is. I got that actually at a thrift store. Power Spike, another just PS1 game. I know it's a sports title, but I needed it for the collection. Grabbed that at a Goodwill. I think it was either $1, $1.50. I think that's what they're charging for CDs now, and I think the person just thought it was a CD. So I got that. And then I also got a Moto Racer on the PS1. That was actually from a bundle of games that I picked up at a garage sale. It actually came with a carrying case, system, and then a couple of games here. I did need the Moto Racer for my collection. I have to replace the cracked case there. That's pretty easy to do. Along with that same bundle was a complete sealed Cool Borders 3. So I thought I was very happy about that. So it was pretty sweet to come across that, especially with it being sealed, brand new. PS1 game, so added even a garage sale too. So that also came with an interactive CD. I thought that was pretty cool. I think this one was opened at some point. Yeah, it looks like it, but it's still pretty cool to add to the collection. I think I have a bunch here. Actually, I have it right here. I don't know if you can see it. It might be off camera. Next one here is a PSP game. I picked this one up at a garage sale for $1. And FIFA World Cup Germany 2006. Kind of another sports title, but just needed it for the collection. I think these next couple of PS2 games I picked up at that same garage sale for $1. Driver 3 and then TMNT Greatest Hits version. I did have the regular version, but not Greatest Hits. So got that. I can't remember where I got this one. I believe it was a thrift store, if I remember correctly. WWE All-Stars. I think this one is, yep, it is complete. I felt a little light. I thought it was missing the manual, but needed that one. I think from earlier in the clip, I had all the wrestling that I didn't need for the collection, so these might have actually been with that at a thrift store. We got SmackDown versus Raw, and this is the Greatest Hits version. That one feels complete. Yep. And let's see here. Next one here is a demo disc jam pack. Can't quite remember where I picked this one up. It might have been a garage sale. I think that might have been with that that garage sale for $1. I actually picked up a ton of stuff at that garage sale, so it was a really sweet deal. Might have actually been less than $1 because I think I bought so much stuff that they gave me an even bigger deal than what it was already listed at, type of thing. So I also picked up some CDs and DVDs to add to my CD collection, and then I think a couple of DVDs. Actually, that's where that Wii Sports came from that I mentioned earlier in my video. It was actually a loose copy, and I actually had an empty kind of, the cardboard case for it. So that's where that came from. I think I mentioned that I couldn't remember, but now I do. So last couple here, I think were from a pawn shop, Sims 3. I remember for sure that this was from a pawn shop, Midway Arcade Origins. This one actually has a little bit of value to it. I think I paid $6 for it, plus tax, and that one is complete. Sims 3, I think, is actually a little bit up there in price too, but of course, with them being PS3, it'll probably skyrocket in price once they close down the store for real. I know they had announced it, and then games started to go up in price, and then they changed their mind and said, "Oh no, we're not going to close the store." So I'm sure when they finally do, it's going to, of course, make the PS3 games go up in price. Go out and get them now because they're cheap and easy to find. Of course, once they close the store, they'll be starting to go up in price and will be harder to find because people will be wanting them. So next system here is PS4. So this one I did pick up at another pawn shop, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I know this is a free game that you can get, but it's always fun to get the digital or the physical version, not the digital. Destiny 2, and complete. And a couple of sports games, I think here. NBA 2K20, again, just to fill in the collection. Minecraft Dungeons Hero Edition. This one is actually one of the United Emirates versions, so it's got the 2 number on it there, and then on the front it's got 7. I think that's kind of like their rating system. Instead of like E for everyone or E plus, they actually have I think the age that you need to have. I'm not quite sure on if that's correct or not, but I'm guessing it probably is. I think that they do that in the Europe versions as well. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, can't recall where I picked that one up. It's like another sports one. FIFA 19. I actually have this one sealed, but I just picked it up for an open copy. So as you probably know from my video with Rolling Retro, some of my games I have 2 of, one a sealed one an open copy, so that I can actually play the game if I ever want to. So I typically will pick up loose ones, or not loose, but opened ones if I have a sealed one, just so that I can play it in the future if I wanted to. This one I think was just loose, and yep, it's Overwatch Origins Edition. Actually does say something different on the outside, but so yep, that one's loose. Hopefully to get that completed at some point in the future. So that's all the PlayStation games. Next is Xbox. So I'm adding 2 to my collection for Xbox. NASCAR Heat 2002, and then from a buddy of mine, I went to his garage sale and saw that he had Without Warning. I needed that one for my collection, so I think I'm getting very close to about 70% complete for the original Xbox. So I do have a few of the kind of expensive ones to still get obscure, and then I think, yeah, I can't remember what the other few of them are, but if you want to see what my most expensive Xbox game is, go check out that Rolling Retro video with my collection in it. He's a great guy. Throws out some pretty cool stuff. He's kind of getting into pinballs, but something that I'm not quite into. If anything, I'd get arcade machines, but just haven't been able to pull that trigger yet. I actually like to get a 4-person Xbox or X-Men. I think Children of the Atom, if I remember correctly, was the kind of subtitle to it. Love to get one of those cabs. I think I threw kind of a question out in one of my Facebook groups and said, you know, if anybody has one, I might be interested in the future, which would be certainly sweet to get. Guy actually reached out and said that he had one and that he'd sell it to me for $1,000. So I'm thinking and contemplating on getting that, see if he still has it. And it was quite a while ago that I asked about that, but we'll see about that. That would be pretty cool to add to the collection. I know I have to kind of get some money put together in regards to that. So if I want to do that, of course. So, all right, next system here will be Xbox 360. I think I have quite a few of these going into the collection. And then I have, I think, a couple of Xbox One games. Some pretty quick ones here. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2012 edition. Wheel of Fortune, which Pat Sajak just announced that he's going to be retiring, so that's going to be certainly interesting to see who takes his place. Did see on Facebook, I think it was, that Ryan Seacrest might do it, which I rarely watched Wheel of Fortune in the past, but I certainly wouldn't if Ryan Seacrest took over that gig. And then I think there might be some big deal with Vanna White as well, too. So who knows, maybe there'll be a shakeup and maybe she'll want to host. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. We'll see if it even stays in, you know, on air type of thing. So Iron Man 2, didn't have that one. Kind of surprised I didn't have Final Fantasy X, it was at 13-2. Oh, and that's why this is actually a sealed copy. So I think I do have it open. This one actually does have a rip in the seal, unfortunately. But still picked it up. Can't remember where I picked that up. It looks like another sealed game. Def Jam Rapstar. Sorry. And let's see here. This one I believe I picked up at a thrift store. Call of Juarez, The Cartel. A couple more here. Guitar Hero Metallica, Guitar Hero 2, and Aerosmith Dual Pack. These two I actually picked up from my dad from earlier in the video. I mentioned that he had picked up a couple of guitars with the dongles, and then I think an Xbox One Live Guitar Hero. So this was also in that bundle, so I needed a couple for my collection, so that was awesome. Michael Phelps, Push the Limit, picked that up at a thrift store. So just kind of these filler titles for the 360. This one actually looked kind of interesting. Kind of looks like a Resistance kind of knockoff, or I don't know which one came out first, but Metro 2033. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have seen this one or played it. I might check out some footage on the YouTube and see if that's something to look into playing. So it looks pretty fun. It looks very much like Resistance on the PlayStation. But next one here, Sonic Generations. This is a Platinum Hits. And this one I might have just needed. Oh no, I think I now need a manual. I think I might have that one, but just regular, not the Platinum Hits. And then my couple of Xbox One games. Picked up Doom. Can't remember. I think that might have been at a pawn shop. And then Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, I think. So that picked up that one up at a pawn shop. So I'm pretty sure the Doom was at that same one. So. And usually when I say pawn shop, there's actually a couple of places around the Twin Cities. Actually, I think a majority of them, if not all of them, are north, and then there's a couple kind of west. Whenever I say pawn shop, I'm actually referring to Another Man's Treasure. Probably shouldn't be saying where I'm going to pick up some of my stuff, because then I'll get more people going there and grabbing the stuff that I need, but just kind of a little plug for them, I suppose. Kind of a cool place. They have pretty much everything but firearms, because they don't want to have, like, I think there's a licensing that you have to have for being able to sell that kind of stuff. But they have pretty much everything else. They have DVDs, video games, actually a lot of like motocross and dirt bike stuff. They have light bars for vehicles. They have fishing stuff, boat motors, so lots of different stuff. So I do typically go there quite a bit. I think there was a PS4 that I picked up that I mentioned in the Rolling Retro video. That's actually the pawn shop that I was referring to, was that Another Man's Treasure. So I do go there quite often. There's one just north of me in North Branch. And so I go there quite often, especially if I'm up there doing garage sales. I just usually pop in to see if they have anything new. So, all right, getting on to Nintendo here. On that same garage sale that I picked up the other two games for 25 cents, I picked up a Guitar Hero World Tour. I long time ago picked up the little controller that you need for this game, but I have yet to find the box. I'll probably find the whole thing somewhere and pick that up, and then, you know, sell off the loose stuff. But for now, I got the game, and then that was, of course, 25 cents, like I said. And then I have a 3DS game, Pet Zombies. That one certainly looks interesting. I don't know if it's like a Plants vs. Zombies, or it's a first-person or third-person shooter or what, but have to let me know down in comments if you've played that one. Getting back to the one loose Genesis game that I mentioned earlier in the video that I already had, I actually picked up a 688 Attack Sub loose. Like I said, I don't like to pick up Genesis games loose. It's just kind of a preference type of thing. Don't really like to do it, but sometimes I do. I felt kind of bad for the guy bringing the stuff out, and typically like to at least buy something if someone brings it out. But if it's something that, of course, that I'm not interested in at all, of course, I have to say no. But just kind of felt bad, so at least I grabbed one game for the collection. Next here was another pawn shop, another man's treasure. So this was some Game Boy games. So we got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Balloon Kid. That one's got a little bit of cleanup to do. And then the best one that I think might have a little bit of value, I'll actually open it out of the case here, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. So I certainly enjoyed the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the original Xbox. Of course, very tough. Can't remember. I think I've beaten it a few times, but not too many. Of course, the second one I actually enjoy a little bit more because it's a little bit easier to play and get through. But so yeah, that was certainly pretty cool. Picked this up at not a garage sale, a Goodwill. Nancy drew The Hidden Staircase. Just needed that for the collection. Kind of another one of those filler titles. Actually put the best for last for my Nintendo stuff here. Picked up a Lego Star Wars 2 at a Goodwill. It's a player's choice version. Is complete. So I was kind of amazed when I saw that at the Goodwill. I was actually expecting it to be empty because some people steal stuff at Goodwill, unfortunately. Can't remember. Oh, this one must have been a Family Pathways. Country Dance 2. Kind of another filler title on the Wii. This is actually a Best Buy variant, so that's why I picked it up. I actually just have the original copy. This one I think might be up there in price. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix on the Wii. Not up there, but got a little bit more value than some of these other stuff. So, MLB Power Pros. Can't recall where I picked that one up. I don't think that one quite has very much value at this point. Haunted House. Looks like a kind of a interesting. Don't think that's quite a horror. It actually looks more like a scary kids movie, or kids game, I should say. Haunted House. It might have actually been based off of a movie. So this one I was kind of surprised I didn't have Mario Super Sluggers. I usually do like to pick up Mario and Zelda games on every system, but apparently I just hadn't picked this one up yet, so I'm glad to add that one to the collection. Don't quite remember where I picked that up. Might have actually been a garage sale. And then this one I picked up at a thrift store. Can't remember if it was Goodwill or not, but Naturo Clash of Ninja Revolution. This one is missing the manual, unfortunately, so hopefully I can find that somewhere at some point. And then I did actually pick up a couple of Switch games, Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. That was actually at Target, so I paid full price for that. Might have actually, no, I'm sorry, didn't pay full price. It was on sale. So that's usually what I do is wait for things to go on sale when I'm picking them up brand new, especially Switch titles. Of course, Switch titles don't go on sale too much, but I think it's kind of more of the third-party stuff that will go on sale. So pick that up, I think, for either $30 or $40, if I remember correctly. Actually, I don't think it's in camera, but I also picked up, I have it just kind of standing over here. I had picked up the original version of Tears of the Kingdom, but I also picked up a collector's edition at a Target, which was very surprising to see that it was still out. So that was awesome to pick up. I had not did the pre-order or anything like that, so I was very surprised to see that. And then the last couple of games here, this was actually at a thrift store, Family Pathways, Super Mario 3. It is complete. It does actually have some water damage. It's kind of a little bit harder to see on maybe with the camera. And then I do have a box protector around it already. Does have a couple of creases, looks like in the corner, but in the most part, it's pretty decent. Kind of like I said, some of the corners are a little bit damaged, but it's not the left hand one, unfortunately, but I do like to, of course, collect the complete in box original Nintendo games, so that was kind of cool to get and add to the collection. And then the one that was actually, I was a little bit more disappointed that it was in a little bit worse condition. It doesn't have any water damage like the other one, but Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden, however you want to pronounce it. So that one's complete as well. So that was pretty fun to see and pick up at a thrift store. So I did pay up a little bit. They did kind of price them up because of them being original Nintendo games, so I was kind of disappointed in that. But just can't remember if there was a sale or anything like that, but I just thought I'd grab them. I don't think there was any sales. And actually at the same thrift store, but at a different time, I actually did pick up this Nintendo DS travel case. I would consider it new, but I suppose the way that it is packaged, you could probably kind of use them and then put them back in here. So it's actually just like this open plastic on the back, and then you could take out the cardboard and then get to the actual cases. But I thought it was pretty cool. I think it was like a couple of bucks, so I thought I'd pick that up. Did pick up a Halo 2 official guide to add to my collection. I think this was at actually Goodwill, so you get like the loose or non-hardcover loose leaf books. So I think it was like $3 or $4. So thought that I'd just add that to the collection, of course. And then at a garage sale, I actually picked up a brand new, it's still sealed. It does have some damage here, PS5 controller. So I probably will just open this up since it does have the damage once I start playing my PS5. I'm actually thinking of trying to keep my PS5 that I do have. I picked up the Ragnarok version this past holiday season. I'd actually like to keep that sealed and pick up a used copy, or a used system, I should say, of a PS5 so that I don't pay the full amount just to open it up type of thing. So I'll probably at some point just open this up to have a second controller with that type of thing. So, and that'll do it for now here. I have actually been getting a lot more stuff. I'm actually going to do a couple more videos and kind of space these out here so that I can kind of get my channel going here with getting some more videos going. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and comment, and of course subscribe. Probably not going to say that too many times because I just want just to kind of be a natural videos and everything like that. So I'll at some point try to actually get a GoPro so that I can actually show me going out to sales and picking up the stuff. And then you guys can kind of see my kind of technique and how I get them to bring stuff out. Of course, I will try to get that as much as possible. I probably won't get it every time. So hopefully I can add some more stuff. I was very happy to grab and get the 2 original Nintendo games in boxes, so that was pretty sweet. I do have a couple of other pretty sweet items that you'll see in the future videos, so come back and watch those. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all later. Do good and be good.